I spun around, I looked at her, and she looked at me, and Ed was gone. So we ran to the back of the boat. It was on the child's play on Kim's boat. Ran to the back of the boat, and things going through my mind was like, well, he's probably bleeding and hurt, and I'm going to have to get the water to get him out, and it's cold. So we got back there.
It's on now.
There's Ed in the water. And about that time he stood up, and the water's only about waist deep. Well, it'd been deeper for Jack, but it's only about this deep. And he looked like a kitty that fell in the toilet. You know, he was blunt. He looked bad. So we get him up, get him back in the boat, got him set down, and now he's cold. We've got a raincoat, so all we could find to put on him. And so finally, we started laughing. Now it's funny. So we said, "What happened?" He said, "Well, every now and then the back of the boat would drift over close to the dock, and I'd push it off, move back around. We were anchored off the bow." And so he said, so this one time it got pretty close, and he went to push it, and he kind of, he thought, oh no. So then he quickly decided, I'll just reach over and grab the handrail, and I'll just step on the dock. So he did, but he missed the handrail.
Oh.
Down he went.
I hate I missed that.
It would have been a lot funnier in person. We went from scared to death to hysterics in 10 seconds. No, he didn't get hurt. He's fine. Fixed him a drink, and he was good to go.
He is good.
Very good.
Does anybody else need a?
Does anybody else have a story or anything?
Oh,
I think a lot of us.
probably.
Come on, Jack.
Everybody's probably already read it on the board.
Jack's a poet.
But
come on, Jack.
When
Wasn't sure where she was, but I was catching fish. And a guy moved in on me. Just, like y'all said, I could have touched his home, And she was somewhere that she saw that. And I guess Ed was with her, and she called me, and she goes, "I saw that asshole. We're on our way. We're gonna kick his
That's
ass."
Kimmy.
And I said, wait. Y'all just hold back and watch this. I'll handle it. And so I said, just take notes, okay? Anyway, you forget about them. You just do your thing. They're gonna get hung up. They're gonna get, it's called karma. And
They're big into karma.
yeah.
Both of
And
them.
so I still catching them, and he gets frustrated and gives me his bait and hauls ass. And so here they come and they go, "What happened?" And I said, if you just, I think that's one thing I did teach her, if you just, because you're going to get pot licked if you're catching fish. It doesn't matter if you're, especially if you're a woman, alone. And I said, you just keep doing what you're doing, and they're going to come to you. They're just keep doing what you're doing, and then they're going to get frustrated, give you their, and say, "Well, I'm leaving. You need some bait." You say yes, and then they go. So I don't know. That was kind of funny. There was one time that Kim and Ed and I were fishing. I learned one thing I learned, and really try to teach my grandkids too now, about catch and release from Ed. We left, and it was in January. We thought January 17th. We thought, well, it's pretty day. Let's just get on the water. We didn't really think we were going to catch anything, because I thought the Fonda run was over, right? Well, we get there at dark, and at the boat ramp, they're grilling for breakfast tacos and giving away Bloody Marys. So the day starts out really good, And we go down
like
to
here.
yeah,
Just like here.
And so it starts out really good, and we go down to the fuel, not the fuel docks that time. I wanted to try the sulfur docks, so we went back there, and we got to catching fish, and we just caught fish all day long. And I caught one real pretty fat 16-inch one, and I was gonna keep it, and Ed was like, think about it. Let that 16-inch one go. The next one's gonna be bigger, I promise you. I was like, okay, so I'm like, all right. Let that one go, and my next one just was like almost 8 pounds, I think. I don't know, but all day long it was fun. So we fished all the way till dark, coming in at dark, and we're driving up to the yacht base, and we see this boat out in the middle. It didn't look like anybody's in it, and it's going in a circle, just idling in a circle. So we're like, oh shit, So we pull up beside it, and there's a guy laying in the floorboard. And Ed says, "Hey man, you all right?" And he's blah, 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 yeah. Anyway,
What did you say?
something like that. Anyway, he gets up and he putters over to the ramp and where there's two other guys waiting on him. And we're just watching, you know, kind of watching. We knew there was going to be some ramp drama. And one of them ends up falling in, you know, and this was in January. It was really cold. And when they're pulling him out, his pants fall down, and it was just pretty funny. I don't know. There's always something. Always something. We always had something going. And then on Thanksgiving, we started fishing Thanksgiving.
There was always a good story when Kim and Ed were there. There was always a good story.
Yeah, I miss both of them.
Did you know they had an well, Kim and Ed didn't have an airboat, but Kim had an airboat at one point. Were you with us the time the airboat caught fire?
Oh my God.
I thought I was going to have to jump into the water. I was freaking out. It was freezing cold. And the airboat, the engine caught fire in the back.
Everything went like it was supposed to. Nobody would have any good stories.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were out here at the beach and we were all playing guitar, and I didn't check my fingernails before I got here, and my fingernails were a little long, and anybody who plays guitar knows sometimes it gets a little hard to play the chords. And I asked Kim if she had some fingernail clippers. She goes, "Honey, come over in the RV." She sat there with a nail file for like 30 minutes. I had the most polished fingernails you'd ever see in your whole life. They're polished, beautiful. She goes, "You want me to do your toes too?" I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm good."
You don't play the guitar with your toes too?
But that was Kim,
just on
right?
Thursdays.
That was Kim.
Well, I have three very distinct memories of Kim, and the first one was the day I first met her at the Texas City Dyke gathering. I had just gotten on Too Cool, and I was friends with Vidra Vic, who we also miss very much.
Yes.
And I hadn't really met a lot of other people, and I was sitting there, you know, "Hey, how you doing?"
And you had a big purple raincoat.
Yeah, I had the purple raincoat on.
Barney.
The Barney Fest.
The Barney coat.
Hey guys, it was free from Angleton. Anyway, so I was kind of just
That doesn't
sitting
make it
there,
right.
keeping myself to myself, and she says, "Are you Coach Law?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She says, "Well, come over here and talk to us." And there were a whole bunch of other people there, and she just introduced me to everybody. She was always a smile in everybody's life. One night, she said, sent me a message. Ed and I are going to fish the jetties over in Freeport. Why don't you come with us? We have lights. Okay, so I'll go out there, and they have the generator on the cart and everything, and we caught ribbon fish galore.
It's good offshore,
Well,
buddy.
we didn't catch very many trout at all. It was one of my worst nights fishing for trout, but it was one of my best nights fishing because they were so much fun to hang out with. And the last memory I'll talk about happened right here on this beach. I'm from Louisiana, but I had never heard of Flounder's Pontchartrain. And do y'all remember that when she cooked the Pontchartrain?
Yeah.
Oh, and they were always letting me crash in the whale because I didn't have a tent back then. But that was one of the best meals I've ever had right here on this beach. And I just want to say we miss you a lot, Kim. You were a bright light in all of our lives.
Just to illustrate her generosity, this was one of the worst gatherings at the Texas City Dock, weather-wise.
Yeah,
I mean,
bad.
for some reason it turned out that we always did it, what was it, the end of February, sometime early March. And I mean, the wind was blowing straight up and it was freezing and nasty. And we were all looking at each other wondering why in the hell we were there. Well, there's a homeless guy walking through the area, and he came up on the pavilion, you know, and some people saw him, you know, and they were saying, "What's this guy doing?" Kim walked up to him and she put her hand out, she says, "I'm Kim, who are you?" And he told her what his name was. She says, "Would you like to have something to eat?" "Oh, no, I just passed it by." No, come on, you need to get something to eat." She took him over there and fixed him a plate and fixed him up some stuff to carry off after he ate and everything. You know, and I just thought, who else would do that, you know? That poor guy didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And she brought him over there and made sure he got something to eat.
And then I had a crawfish boil at my house in the spring, and there was these two bald-headed guys, one here and one there, And she made sure she got a picture from the back of them with their two bald heads, and then she and Ed drew faces on the back of their heads and posted it on Too Cool. Because that was Kimmy. That was Kimmy.
Yeah, I remember that.
But that picture, that's
Big old
probably
lipstick on the back of your head.
my favorite picture of her was maybe not the one with the red lips and the eye makeup and all that, but it was that same, the four of us sitting, and the picture was taken from behind us and to her and Ed.
Yeah.
And her head
She
is
was
back,
laughing.
her mouth is wide open, and she's laughing.
That picture too.
Yeah.
That is,
I got that
That's
picture. I was at my house. She was laughing, and that was just pure Kim, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The last time we took Kim fishing, we took her down, me and Kelly and my sister-in-law Chris took her down to the Engineer Center, and I had access in there, so we went in and we was fishing, and we're standing there, and I'm standing next to her and helping her and everything, and she's like, well, do you know dolphins, they chase flounder?
Flip.
And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, they chase flounder and they flip them out of the water. And I'm like, Kim, you're watching too much damn flounder here. The medication's getting to you. And she goes, no, Ray, I'm serious. And I'm like, bullshit. Dolphins do not flip flounders. I mean, that's like flipper shit. On
We
TV,
saw it.
you know?
Same day.
I be damned, 30 minutes after she said that, I look over and, and Kelly goes, there's one there, Ray. And he's flipping it 10 foot out of the damn water. He's flipping the flounder out of the water, and he keeps going, and it's going, and I'm like, holy damn. You know?
Somewhere at the house, I got a video of that.
I've seen him play frisbee with a sheep's head.
Hey, to Kimmy. Kimmy.
Kim.
God bless you.
An easy hit.
We miss you. We love you.
The balloons have pennies in them. We're returning the pennies and thoughts of Kim and Ed. There it goes.
Oh,
Oh, no.
caught one.
It's that yellow one. He wants to stay on the yellow golf course right there.
Got a weight on it.
Can't put no weight on that one.
Got to wait on that one. Everybody got a knife?
Can I?
mine had a rock in it.
Hey.
They have pennies in them.
Oh,
For Kim,
No, that's
the
Kim
pennies
trying to
from
hang
heaven.
around.
So we're returning the pennies.
Yeah, you know where to go.
I'm afraid all those